Hello, this is Auntie Augury, your middle-aged aunt who still plays video games. Today we are going to be looking at this Slip 42 in Strangerville and seeing what we can do to fix it up. Now, one of the interesting things about The Sims is that they tend to put a lot of their smaller packs on sale, like in bulk sales and stuff like that. And what that ends up doing, well, it's good for your budget because you get a lot of the stuff for, a lot cheaper than you normally would. But the problem is, a lot of the times people won't necessarily realize all the stuff that they get with it. It gets a little bit overwhelming. And what I wanted to look at today is the fact that tiny living makes the whole Strangerville scenario a lot easier, especially if you're dealing with this specific lot. Now, one of the things I loved about Strangerville that they really haven't explored with a lot of other packs is that some of the lots had really great decor items around them. Like, for instance, this little lot is in the middle of a larger trailer park, which kind of gives it a nice little bit of realism. And it's kind of, a cute little way to start the whole thing out. But this lot comes with a lot of stuff you do not need. Like, okay, when you buy this lot, you end up with like around a little bit over $3,000. Well, 3,000 simoleons. And that's not really a lot to work with. But at the same time, look at all this stuff that you have here that you do not need. First of all, you do not need these gnomes. Go away, gnomes. You're not here. You're creepy. Yeah. Get rid of the gnomes. Okay, second of all, who puts a fence just in front of their trailer? Let's delete that. And we're going to delete this. And, of course, this section over here. Oh, and there's another gnome. Sell. We do not need these planter boxes over here because we can plant in the ground if we're going to plant anything at all. We don't need these chairs out here in front. I mean, technically you could put those chairs in the house if you wanted to, but there are better things to do. We don't need all these plants. I mean, you can't even really do anything with these plants. And yeah, they're cute, but seriously. Now, I mean, if you want to leave the dead grass, you can. But then again, when you're first starting out, you kind of need every simoleon you can scrounge up. So I'm going to get rid of that too. And then I'm going to go up here to this little bulldozer looking thing and hit the second button and bulldoze the terrain because we definitely don't need that. Okay, so now between just getting rid of all that stuff, we've got around 660 simoleons to work with, which is a lot better. So this is the first thing that you want to do whenever you start redoing this lot. And honestly, just if you do these first few steps, it will make a huge difference. You want to go up to here where it says Slip 42 and hit this icon right here. When that comes down, you got a lot of different little options here. You want to start with this one up here, the residential one. Hit that. Switch to Tiny Home Residential. Now, this isn't an option if you just have Strangerville. You do have to have the tiny house pack as well. But if you have it, you need to utilize it. Honestly, in a lot of ways, I think that the tiny house living pack is one of my favorites because it's added so much in terms of advantages to the Sims if they can live in small places. Which, okay, if you've got a bunch of Sims, that's not easy. But if you just have one, which is what most people do when they play through the Strangerville, little challenge, then it's fine. Okay. Now, for traits, you want to look for traits that are actually going to help you here. One of those is going to be Bracing Breezes, because this one is going to help your Sim get more athletic. So put that one in. The next one that you want to put in, now there's several ways you can do. Not put Cursed. You've got enough problems in Strangerville as it is. Go for Fast Internet because that's going to help you get programming skills. And you are going to need those for later on. And finally, you're going to want Convivial. because that's going to help you gain charisma. Now, as it stands, you do not have the smallest tiny house. You've got 42 tiles out of the 64. Now, if you want to keep this, you can, but I honestly think that you can make this a lot smaller and it works just as well. The first thing you want to do is get rid of this 6 tile porch. You don't need it. Delete. What you're going to do instead is just, well, I'll show you that in a minute. But the next thing you're going to do is you are going to push back this house to where it's just 3 tiles. Because, again, you don't need all that space in the middle. It's really not necessary for your sim to walk around. Now, that takes you to 27 out of 32 tiles. Alright? Now, you can just leave it here if you want to, but I think you can actually make this trailer a lot more functional. So, what I would do is pull this out 3, which gives you 32, well, it gives you 30, and then go ahead and go over here to that, hit that your wall tool, and create a little jut out right there. Do all trailers have those? Probably not. But in this specific case, it's going to work for you pretty well. Now, when you go in there, well, just for the sake of consistency, go ahead and fix that. Go up here to your sledgehammer tool, take this wall out, hit that, fix your wallpaper. Now let's take this down. Get your carpet, get yourself a little bit more carpet over there. Now you can take your little listening area and move that out of the way. So that helps things quite a bit. One of the things you're going to have to do at this point is fix your roof. That's pretty easy. You're just going to want to knock it back one like that, and then pull it forward. Well, pull it forward this way. For your little jut out, you can technically leave it like that. You're not going to get water in because it's got a little thing over it. But if you want to give it something, hit your roof like that. Just pick one of these. I think I'm just going to go for this one. It's going to come bigger than what you need, but you can shrink it. You can shrink it down this way. There you go. And then push it down a little more if you want to. And I took it off for some reason. I did not need to do that. Now, if you want to trim that, you've got a lot of trim options. I'm going to go ahead and retrim the whole thing in black. Well, dark gray. Here we go, like that. That helps. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch the roof type to that so that our roofs are consistent. Now, smaller trailer, but honestly, it's no less functional than it was before. One of the things that a lot of people have problems with The Sims is that, you know, you actually need less room for stuff than you think you do. Okay, now as for the stairs, of course you hit the stairs icon, pick one you like. I'm going to go with this one right here, and pick your color that you want. Now what you're going to want to do when you get over here is you're going to pull this out. You don't want to put it flush with the wall. You want to pull it out one to where you actually have a little bit of step right here. That way your sim actually has the semblance of a small porch, even though they don't have an actual porch. But it's not costing you tiles like that other type of porch would. What did I actually get stuck in here? Why does she have those? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, let's put the spy satellite back up here. If I can. Or let's put it on the floor. Yeah, you go here. Go someplace. Alright. Okay, this random sim that I came up with actually had levels in culinary. But I'm not going to mess with those right now. Alright, let's go back out here and fix our windows some. Now, you don't have to do this, but I get really annoyed with lack of symmetry on stuff. So I'm going to move this window that was working on those balance before, and I'm going to put it over here by my little, nook of paranoia. And then for the outside, I'm going to click on my Windows icon and find some nice little one-panel windows to put up there. Let's go with this island one because it would work on a trailer too, honestly. Okay, we're going to put that. Yeah, let's put that there for the bathroom. And then we're going to put this one here. That gives us a little bit more balance as far as that's concerned. I think I want another one of these here too. Yeah, it can balance out the nook of paranoia back there. And I think, speaking of which, I need another light over here. Okay. Alright, now, this is all the stuff that this trailer comes with. Which, I mean, it's not like you're going to die, but at the same time, there's some more stuff you need. Oh, looks like I lost a door. I'm going to go in here and get a door for my bathroom. And I'm just going to go for this fairly cheap glass one, because why not? And now, so we have a place to eat, we have our computer, we have our little kitchen set up and our bathroom set up, our little nook of paranoia, and a bed. Now there's some other stuff that you can add here, especially after you've got the tiny living pack in, that's going to help things a lot. Because one of the things I've noticed with people who are actually doing this particular challenge is that if you're not doing any types of cheats with your Sims, they're getting really, really uncomfortable and unhappy quickly. Because there's not really a whole lot of things to make them happy here. So, now that we have a little bit of money, let's switch our bed to this wall here. Kind of get it out of the way. I mean, it's not getting its own room, but it's at least getting out of the way. Alright. Go into our various room categories. Go to the one for living room. Now go to TVs. Normally, I don't necessarily get the tiny living media stuff because there are other ways to do it that I think are cuter. However, with this trailer, and as small as this place is, I think this works pretty well. With this particular thing, even though it is expensive, you are getting a TV, a stereo, and a bookshelf all in one. So that's going to give you a lot more options as far as like entertainment is concerned than just getting a TV and putting it on the wall. And it's going to take up a lot less room. So I am going to, I think I'm going to put this in black. That kind of seems to be the theme for this trailer. Blacks, grays, whites. Okay. So we're going to put that over there on the wall. Now we have some entertainment options. Then we're going to get a couch in here. Now, because we still need the Sim to be able to get into the bed well, we're just going to get one, more like a love seat that just has two options. I mean, two seating portions. So, let's get something that has a little bit of comfort. Let's see what we can actually get. That is, oh yeah, this one's perfect. I mean, it's just one comfort, but it does kind of look like something that would be in a, a place like this. So, like it's some piece of furniture that maybe this person found on the side of the road or something, and they just kind of threw in the house. All right, there we go. It even kind of matches with the theme. So, we have gone from having no entertainment stuff other than the computer to a television and a stereo and a bookshelf right next to all the other crazy looking equipment over here. And now we have a couch so that whenever guests come over, they don't just have to sit in these two chairs right here. We have this to do skills. Now, there's some other things that normally I would do with this trailer just because it's me and I just kind of like them better. Like, I would probably put a mirror over this sink because, you know, that way you can start getting your charisma better. So just hit your bathroom icon, go to mirrors, and, you know, just get whichever mirror you like. This bathroom's pretty white, so we're just going to put this white mirror in there to kind of, you know, go along with that. Overall, so look at it. I mean, you have far less tiles in here, but you've got a lot more function in this entire area. And let's look at what you actually get whenever you switch to this tiny house lot. You have lighten the load, which means that you're taking up less energy. Friendships and love are going to be made faster. Gardening is going to be easier. It's going to be a situation to where you're feeling better all the time. Let's see, what does that one say? Oh, you are skilling at a double rate, and things feel cozy. So, very, very helpful in terms of a challenge where you're having to gain skills pretty quickly. And I think that by utilizing everything that you get with, you know, the tiny living in this specific pack, it's going to help you a lot. Now, just personally, there's some other stuff that I would change here too. Well, I kind of like the foundation on this, probably just for ambiance sake, I would change it to something that looks like it's a little bit more mobile. Like I would probably put it over here on these, because, you know, that kind of gives it like, oh, we just set this thing down. I don't necessarily have a problem with this table being out here. In fact, given that we have a little bit of money left, I would go ahead and get a grill, because Sims are always happy when they can grill. And I think that this one here really kind of goes best with the whole, you know, theme of the place. So get this one out here. Get it someplace where you can't set stuff on fire. And speaking of which, of vital importance, spend the extra money and get the good fire prevention system. Stick it on the outside. That way you're not setting your Sims on fire. Okay, well, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If there are things that you would do differently, I'd love to hear about it, because I love to see people's Sims builds. And until next time, happy simming.